Hello and welcome back to Just Code It. Today we're going to take a look at Pydantic AI, specifically sync and async running. Let's just get started with the final code. This is what it should look like. If we work our way down the final run, we first see just a normal sync run, nothing special there. Then we have an asynchronous run right here. We follow that up with a agent run stream, which actually streams back the tokens, which is pretty neat. Next up, we have a run stream event, which streams back actual events. After that, we have this iter, which iterates over the nodes, and we have 4 nodes processed. Finally, just to show you how to actually do memory in like a conversation, instead of just having no memory in your chat, we're going to do a conversation. This is the output for the first, and then we add it, and we're going to do an output for the second using the conversation chain. That is what we should get as our final solution. Now let's actually get going on coding this. Start out, we have a bunch of imports. I'm not going to read through them all, but just grab the ones that you need. Then we're going to load our environment variables and grab the ones that we're using. Set up our log file if you want to use it, completely optional though. Finally, I'm actually going to use is Olama, which you use the Olama provider with the OpenAI chat model. Then I'm just using GPT OSS 20 bill. After creating our model, we're then going to create our agent. It's going to be called the weather agent. We're going to use agent, pass it our model, pass it our system prompt, and then pass it some model settings. Bit different than last time. We're going to use this class called model settings, which is nice because it tells you which model settings are available. If you need help with them, you can see them all right there. Just does some IntelliSense. Better than just passing in a dictionary. After setting up the model, we're going to set up our only tool, which we use a declarator with the agent. So we do @agent.tool, a asynchronous method below that with run context, location, and query date. We're just going to hard code this back to it. It's going to be sunny in location on date. We'll dive much deeper into tools in an upcoming video. Don't worry about this. This is just for show. The first run method we're going to do is a async run. This is pretty simple. We just do results set equal to await weather agent dot run and then pass it our query. Then we're just going to print the output, which is results dot output. After async, we're going to do a sync run, which is run sync, and then the exact same thing. The only difference here is we're going to add some usage limits. This is like model parameters, but more related to usage. You have input tokens, output tokens, total tokens, count tokens before request, things of that nature within the usage limits. We're going to wrap it up with a results.output to output the LLM's results to the screen. Moving on to streaming, here we're completing sync. We're then going to stream back the results with the demo run stream. Here we do asynchronous with agent run stream, give it our query and our usage limits. Let's just get rid of those for simplicity's sake right now. After creating our context manager to handle the streaming response, we're then going to do another async for text and response stream text. There's a few other types of streams in here as well. There's stream structure, stream output, and stream response. Let's go back to stream text. We're going to print the text to the console and end it with a empty string. By default, it's a \n. This will keep it all within a line unless the LLM wants a new line. Finally, we're just going to do a little print message at the bottom. Let's actually run a few of these right now. The main method is just going to run these. The first one is the only one that you can just run directly. That's the sync. All the async ones need asyncio.run, and then you pass it the method. We are right here where we're streaming the events, or we're streaming the text. Now let's actually run these first 3 and see what it looks like. I got rid of the main on accident there. Okay, now let's run this. You can see the first one running, and you can see the asynchronous, and then here is the GPT OSS for the streaming, and you can see it stream back right there. Now we're going to do the iter and then the conversation for the final 2. Scroll back up to stream events. For the events, we're going to create an empty list of events. And we're going to create another for loop that iterates over each event generated during the agent's life cycle. Here we have that. We're going to take those events and append them to each other into our empty list. As it's iterating, we're going to check to see if it has the attribute result, because if it does, then we're going to know it's finished and we're going to print that final result. It will iterate over these events, and if the event has the attribute result, then we're going to grab event result output. Here we have the streaming response. I love that one. That one always looks cool. And then we have the events. After the events, we have the iter. This iterates over the internal steps that the agent is taking. Like the other ones, we're going to make another context manager with agent, weather agent, iter, and then pass it our query as agent run. We're going to create an empty list of nodes. Then we're going to iterate over those nodes, appending each node with another async for. Once it breaks out of that loop, we're going to print the final result, which is going to be agent run.result.output. And also we're going to print the number of nodes. Give it another run. And while that's running, I'll copy the final one in there. You can see it going right here where it's printing all them events. And finally, we have the internal steps. You have weather agent is called. We're running a tool, using the tool, and then giving it back to the chatbot, which gives us the final response, 6 total nodes. Now for the last example, which is this conversation, how you do conversations. And we're going to go into much more detail about this later on, but it's useful to have right now. We're just going to have result 1, which is weather agent, and we're just going to do a simple sync, pass it our query, get that result. Then for this second run, we're just going to do result 1 dot new messages, grab those new messages and pass it into message history. Also give it our next query. That will actually give the agent a bit of memory about the previous messages. Down here though, let's run it. And this is the final run we're going to do, where we're going to run everything together. We have our sync, we have our async, we have our streaming, then we have our events. And on the bottom here, we have our final one, which is conversation. We have our first run there, and we have our output for our first run, which is all this. Then we have our second run and our output for our second run. But that is it for all the different methods of streaming back and getting responses for Pydantic AI. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you next time.